So Todd, a couple questions I'd like to ask you about being the CEO of Santa Rosa, man. What kind of day-by-day operations do you handle as far as being the CEO of a major corporation in the city?
Well, I spend most of my day overseeing the different managers that manage the different divisions in the company. I spend a lot of my time forecasting of the type of business that we're wanting to achieve, the volume of business we want to achieve, and how we get there. Both financially, with personnel. Do we need more staff, less staff? So I spend most of my day kind of looking forward and then dealing with the issues that arise.
Okay.
But a lot of my time spent on forward thinking, thinking about where we're going to be.
Okay, now where are you from?
California.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Covina,
okay,
which is a suburb of LA, and then spent a lot of my time out there. Went to school, started working down in San Diego in the shipyards,
okay,
doing terrazzo, the same thing Santa Rosa does now.
Okay.
We did on the ships there,
Okay.
the naval ships.
Yes, sir.
So that's where I learned the trade, and then got married there.
Okay.
And started in '79 in the shipbuilding, and then got married in 1980.
Or how did it come about? I mean,
Well, I don't know if you ever can, nail it down that you think that that's what you're going to do your whole life.
yeah,
I enjoyed the trade. I liked it. Was good at it. And then you start raising a family young like I did. You don't have a whole lot of time to foresee what's going to happen. Kind of like what I was just saying. I do now. You don't spend a lot of time forecasting what's going to happen. You're working every day.
yes, sir.
So as I developed in the trade and got to where I managed more personnel, it just stayed in it. You can do this trade that we do anywhere in the world. So when I decided to move to Indiana with my wife's family was from here.
Okay.
So she was from Tipton. So there was a family farm. We decided to basically buy the family farm.
Yeah.
So we just moved, knowing that we could get work basically anywhere in the state.
Okay, so when you moved to Indiana, was it just a move to be close to her family, or you just?
Well, no, I mean, because you had the kind of same thing on the other side. I was moving away from mine, so that was kind of the pros and cons of the whole thing. Were kind of based that we wanted to live on that farm.
Okay.
That's what kind of drove our decision. We came out here several times because, of course, being from Indiana, her family here, we came out for the 500, bring the grandkids.
Okay.
And we just loved that place, and it was available for us to move into it. So that was the only decision. Should we leave our family out there and join this one here?
Yeah.
And so it ended up being the place.
So that had to be kind of like was it difficult for you to move from California to Indiana? Was it?
No, I have a real close family, several brothers, 6 brothers and sisters.
Okay, now you being the CEO of Santa Rosa, how did Santa Rosa come into the picture when you came? Did you know about Santa Rosa when you moved to Indiana? Or?
No, I actually started up in Kokomo doing ceramic tile. A lot of the guys that do terrazzos, ceramic tile is part of that trade as well. And so I started in Kokomo, which is close to Tipton, wanting to kind of stay close to home.
Yes, sir.
Well, it just the income just isn't very good up there as far as for a guy like me wanting to work hard.
Yeah.
So I looked up just a terrazzo company, and the Midwestern Terrazzo was a big company here in Indiana at one time. So I went to work for them. Well, they were slowing down. They couldn't keep me busy. I knew of Santa Rosa through some of the guys that were in the trade. So I went over to Santa Rosa, and they hired me on.
So what I'm hearing too is you had to be a man with vision, especially with coming up with a young family, and you had a hard work ethic. And you came to Santa Rosa as an entry-level position, as a field?
Yeah, as a helper. Santa Rosa at that time, unless we have mechanics and helpers, the mechanics are kind of what people typically think of as journeymen. Well, we have mechanics instead of journeymen, but they're the ones that do all the installations. Where I came from, you did both. You were the helper, you were the mechanic, you did, everybody did together. When I came to Santa Rosa, it was a union company, so you had to be one or the other. Since Louis Carraro at that time didn't know me, he said, I'm gonna have to make you a helper.
Okay.
So I said, that's fine, I'll be a helper, but I'll only be a helper for so long.
You had that kind of mindset that you've seen some things that Santa Rosa wasn't doing and what they could be better in, and you kind of implemented that. And can you kind of explain on that?
I think maybe early on, like it always is, it was more about me.
Yes, sir.
And developing in the trade, developing in relationships. I think as I started running bigger projects, it let me interject things into the equation. In other words, I was able to go into the office and say, hey, I think we should be doing things like this. It would make my life easier, would make your production go up. And so there was a lot of those kind of issues. So as I developed through the company, I've been there I started there in 1983, 84. So it's 27 years or so. And so during that time, you learn, you not only learn the trade, you learn the business.
Learn the inside.
And so as I came up through the ranks, if you will, it just, some of those things just naturally develop.
Yes, sir.
They just, people see your potential, you see the potential. If you have the drive, like we've spoke before, I think if you come to work every day, if you get up every day of the week and come to work, there's gonna be opportunity.